Hey YouTube, this is Sag Siren Secrets, and I am back to elaborate more on my shorts that I made. I just want to say a little disclaimer: any music that you hear in the background, I do not own the rights to the music that is being played. If you hear my children in the background, they are up being children. I tried my best to record earlier and tried to record my face, but I didn't get any time to. Any other background noise that you hear, I apologize for that. This is my first time doing any YouTube videos. I have been called to doing these videos because I give good advice and I like to help people. I like to help people out. This is my calling, this is what I'm called to do, and I'm going to do it. So if I feel like any messages I want to relay that, I feel as though a person needs to hear or maybe should hear because it can help them out either through whatever messages I get, whether it be intuitively or messages through experiences of what I personally went through. That's what I'm here to do. What I want to elaborate more about, the word of the day for my short projection is people will project their energy onto you purposely and sometimes not on purpose. People will project subconsciously, sometimes consciously. Okay? Intentionally or unintentionally. A lot of times, especially purposely in a situation where somebody is doing it purposely, if somebody is seeing that you are confident and they are not confident, people will project their insecurities onto you because they want you to feel insecure like them. Like somebody will see somebody, it could be somebody you don't even know, you never even had a conversation with. They could see you just being so confident, just exude confidence and self-love. You could be somebody that really love yourself, somebody that's really happy within themselves, and they're not. And they see you and they're like, dang, what is they so happy about? Like, what is they smiling about? What's going on with them? Like, I want to know what they like. Why I'm not? Why I can't be that? What do they have that they're so happy about? What are they doing that they're so smile? They're smiling about, and that's how energy projection starts. Like they will just constantly think negative, and then try to project that negativity towards you because of their own insecurities, because they're not confident within themselves and they don't have that self-love for themselves how they have for you. In my personal experience, me being around females, different women, I always show love to women. I'm all about feminine empowerment, but because of people mindsets, I understand like everybody's not raised the same way. Some people are raised to think a certain way and others are not. And I have always been open to that. I wasn't taught that by my parent, but I taught myself that. Everybody is not raised the same way how I am raised. So I can't go out in the world expecting that, people are going to think the same way how I think, act the same way how I act, when no. It's a given. Common sense is a given. That's, to me, common sense is like the most common ground, common law. But even then, it's like some people lack that. But as I was saying, my personal experience, me being around female, I don't think of myself as the most, baddest bitch out there in the world. But I think I'm a bad bitch. I don't think of myself as, oh, I'm the most gorgeous person in the world, but I know I'm gorgeous. I don't think of myself as, oh, I'm better than somebody else or whatever, but I know I am bettering myself. So, because I love myself, and I love myself more than these females that I interacted with or I encountered in my life, they would misconstrue my self-love with cockiness. They would misconstrue my self-love with being conceited. And they would project their negativity, their insecurities onto me. And especially if you have spiritual gifts, you can feel it. You'll know, you can feel it. It's like, you ever heard the saying, oh, you can feel somebody staring at you when you got your back turned? That's a spiritual thing. You can just feel somebody staring at you, right? With your back turned, and you turn around, you actually catch the person staring at you. And when they staring at you, when you catch them staring at you, they're not staring at you in a lighthearted way. They staring at you with like a stink ass face, like, oh, I can't stand that person, like that. That's them projecting the negative energy onto you. So a lot of times I encounter females who didn't love themselves. You know, they thought that buying material shit was them loving themselves, when really that's you just being superficial. You buying name brand designer clothes is not loving yourself. Yes, every woman deserves to be in luxurious shit. Every woman deserves to feel pampered and luxurious. They deserve to spoil themselves. But if the only time you feel good about yourself is whenever you buying shit, you buying name brand shit, or you in name brand clothes, then you don't love yourself. You don't. Because when you're not wearing that, when you don't have it, then how you feeling about yourself? These women was in name brand clothes and I wasn't. And they was mad at me. Like I stole something from them. When I'm just minding my business, learning to love myself more, learning to give more to myself, and they looking at me like, oh, why is she happy? She don't get to be happy. You know, it's people really out here in this world that are miserable. And as I said in the short, misery loves company. People will project onto you because they are miserable. They really will sit there and be looking at you like, oh, why did they get to be happy? I'm not that happy. Oh, let me stare at them wrong like this, or let me project my negative energy onto them, project my insecurities onto them, because I want them to feel how I feel. They shouldn't be happy if I'm not happy. And this could be somebody, like I said, you don't even know. It could be somebody that you don't even know, you never even had a conversation with, and they looking at you like you owe them, like you stole from them, and you're just walking in your own truth. These are people that are afraid to walk in their own truth because they're afraid to face their self. They are afraid to face their demons. They are afraid to do the inner work to heal their trauma, to heal themselves. So they sit there and project how they really feel onto others to make others feel the same way. When somebody projects how they feel that is low vibration, meaning sadness, anger, being miserable, just anything negative, it makes them feel better. And this is why I said some people do that shit on purpose. Like they know that they're projecting their energy onto you. Some people actually know about projection, and they will sit there and stare at you. They don't even have to have a conversation with you. They will stare at you and just, when they do that, that's called an evil eye. When somebody's staring at you and just sending you negative energy, projecting negative energy through the evil eye, stare at you with their face all twisted up like, oh, I can't stand that motherfucker. Why the fuck they get to be happy and I can't? Oh, they don't deserve to be happy. Look at them. Oh, I think I look better than them. You see, that's all negative energy projecting onto you from somebody else because they're not happy within themselves. Like I said, instead of them doing the hard work to sit there and go deep within, to work on themselves, to heal the hurt, to heal the pain that they went through, whether it was caused in their childhood, adolescent, or adult years in their relationships, family dynamics, or friendship dynamics, or it could even be with a coworker or an employer or work situation. Instead of them actually going deep within to, figuring out the problem and being the solution themselves, they want to cause conflict and chaos or project negative energy onto you to make them feel happy. And when you start feeling, when you don't reflect that negative energy, when you don't reflect that projection away from you, it starts getting attached to you. And you will being around these people, you being around somebody, especially if it's like in a situation where you live around somebody that projects their negative energy onto you. You work with somebody that projects their negative energy onto you. You go work with somebody and they don't like the fact that, you know, you do a better job than them. You come to work on time. You're more stable in the work environment than they are. They keep coming to work late. They don't get as many rewards or, you know, what's the word? Proper recognition from the employer that y'all have as you do. So they'll project their negative energy onto you. It could be in a friendship dynamic where you have friends or, you know, somebody that you think is your friend, and they get jealous because, you know, you might have more attention, get more attention than they do. Whether you are a female or a male, you could be the friend that gets more attention than the other friend. So that friend will sit there and project that negative energy onto you instead of them just, you know, being truthful to themselves about them being insecure and working on their insecurities, going deep within and working on their insecurities. They won't say nothing because them being true. Anybody that project their negativity onto somebody, them going deep within is, first of all, hard work to do. When you really going deep within yourself to actually heal yourself without a therapist, that's hard work to do. When you going deep within yourself to heal yourself without any help from anybody else, that's hard work to do. When you're going deep within yourself to heal yourself, and you have to be real with yourself about your weaknesses, about the stupid shit you do, the dumb shit you do, the shit that you allowed, whether you know that you shouldn't have allowed or you wouldn't have allowed. That's hard to do when you have to really be authentic to yourself. About yourself, about your weaknesses, about your strengths, about, you know, things that you try to hide and you don't want to sit there and bring back up. It's hard to do that. It's hard work. It really is hard to do that. So instead of people doing that, being real with themselves, just saying to themselves, all right, I'm a hater. Just saying to themselves, I'm a hater. I was jealous. I was insecure. They sit there and project those type of energies onto you, and next thing you know, you're feeling negative. Every time you come around a person, you start feeling negative, you start feeling uneasy. It's because they projecting their negative energy onto you. So you have to return that energy back to them by saying, I return all energy projected onto me back to sender. Or just get the hell away from them. Stay away from them if you can. You know, it's important because if you don't, like I said, energy attached to you like glue. Energy will attach to you like glue. So anything that's projected onto you constantly, consistently, or even if it's just one time, if you're not aware that it's projected onto you, you just think, oh, this person just being negative, but I'm not negative. Next thing you know, you start feeling negative, or you start feeling like uneasy, you know, like I said, you just start feeling negative. That's them projecting energy onto you. And if it's not your energy, it's like you're carrying their burden. You're carrying their problems. And it's not yours to solve. It's not your burdens to carry. So that's just what I have to say right now about projection. I will be back. Like I said, please bear with me. I know sound like I might be all over the place, but what I say is true. I am nervous, but I always, even on Facebook, it's easier for me because I'm on my social media. I'm always helping people out, giving good advice. I've been this way for a long time. It's just something that I naturally do. It's a natural gift that I that I have. See? Yeah, so it's a natural gift that I have. One of my gifts that I have. Me doing it on Facebook is much easier because like I'm typing. So I can get like everything together, my thoughts together. It's not like, I'm aware that millions of people might be seeing this or thousands of people, even though I know, especially if I have my stuff public, millions or thousands of people are gonna see it, but it's like a different type of setting when it's just you typing on a phone and then just posting it versus you recording and then you saying it. So just bear with me. Like, this is not my first time being on camera and all this other stuff. I'm usually more out and outspoken and all everything like that and have my thoughts together. But like I said, I'm just getting back to me, myself, which is the reason why I wanted to start this channel, to help others get back to themselves and, through the experiences that I went through or anything that I learned. So yeah, just bear with me. I pray and I hope that everyone has a blessed day, the rest of the day. And thank you. My baby is crying. I'm about to go. Have a good one, y'all.